What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live for Geeks and Gamers Daily, the last one of the week. It's finally Friday. And listen, I know there's a lot of people going through some extreme different events in California. You got snow in Dallas. I think it's snowing in Atlanta right now. But I got to say, Beardo, we're suffering here too.
Yeah.
It was like 40 degrees last night in Florida. I don't know if you've turned your heater on yet. I've decided, you know what? No, I'm going to tough it out. There's a lot of other people who are going through stuff. I'm going to tough it out too. So it's 63 in my house right now. And, I got to say, I'm fighting through it. How about you?
It is 66 on the thermostat, and usually I keep it around like 68, 69, so it's not too bad. But man, it is getting pretty freaking cold over here. So between what's going on in California and then Dallas and northern Texas, they're getting iced out. It's freaking crazy, man. And a lot of cities in Southern California, I just found out, California Edison is shutting off power due to the Santa Ana wind, so that no more wildfires happen or spread, and also like downed power lines so that there's no more fires. So people are without power, people are losing their houses, people are getting iced out. It's crazy, man. Something's going on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you obviously have lived in California for a very long time. I lived there for 4 years, and I can tell you every one of those 4 years, there was fucking fires around this time of the year, every
Yes.
single year.
Yep.
It's not something that's necessarily unexpected. It happens a lot. And I think that we've probably talked about this a lot of the way that the city and that the state is run. A lot to blame for what's happening right now, obviously. But I have a lot of empathy for the people that have lost everything, that are losing their entire houses, all of that stuff. And you can say, oh, well, they voted for it. Some of them may have, some of them didn't. That's just the reality. That's the way it is. But it's brutal to watch, man. It's brutal to watch some of this coverage. And luckily, I think the winds are going to start to die down at some point today, which is going to help, obviously. But it's been fucking brutal, man. Absolutely brutal.
Yeah, and I was saying yesterday on Daily, there's people who didn't vote for it, who have lived in California for most of their lives, who would like to leave California, but their entire life is there. Their job is there. Their family's there. The house they own is there. And with the housing market, or used to be there. Yeah, it's like these people don't want to live in California, but they don't have an easy way out. It's not as easy as just like, all right, well, I hate Gavin Newsom and I hate the politics here, so we're just going to pack up everything and leave. It's not as simple as that. So I do feel for the people who didn't vote for it and they want to leave. It's devastating, man. It sucks.
Yeah, it's brutal. It's awful to watch, but hopefully they're doing everything they can and they can start to maybe somehow get this slowed down. Maybe not even by anything of their own doing, just by the conditions changing a little bit. But Stephen De Leon for two says Notre Dame rules all. Fuck you, Ryan. I was so upset that Notre Dame won last night. It was just absolute bullshit. They do have a good team this year, but I hate seeing it. I hate Notre Dame football. I absolutely despise them. It's unfortunate they actually have a coach who somewhat knows what he's doing in Marcus Freeman. That's the worst thing that could happen to that franchise to me, because they might actually be decent. But I'm still going to root against them every step of the way, even though I picked them.
Yeah, you picked them. I was like, you picked them on Sports Wars to beat Penn State.
Them because I thought they would win, but I'm going to root against them.
Okay.
I got to be honest and be like, I think they're going to win, but I fucking hope they don't. I hope they get destroyed.
Did you see Antonio Brown's tweet?
The CTE ESPN strikes again one?
Well, it was the one where yesterday he posted a picture of what's that comedian's name? Shane Gillis. He posted a picture of Shane Gillis, and he's like, I'm predicting Notre Dame to win 27-23, and the final score was 27-24. And then he reposted. He goes, "Yeah, CTE strikes again."
Yeah. I did see that. Thunderstrike for two. Hail to my Irish winning the Orange Bowl. Yeah, hail to them. Jay's half Hispanic son. I think it's the gays in LA. That was so funny, man.
I think it's all the gays in LA.
That was so. Ryan's not a fan of Rudy. No, Rudy's a retarded fuck. Like, Rudy's a bitch. Okay, might be a good movie. It's dumb as shit. Fuck Rudy. Never did shit. Never did anything. Fake ass story. Here, there we go. We gotta get to Jay's half Hispanic son. Right here. An LA legend was
only with a poor little girl who was
Fire happening right now.
Say that again?
Why is there a fire happening right now?
There are multiple fires that are taking place.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the news though, you're supposed to know.
Well, I don't know how it started. We don't know how it started. There,
I think
winds.
it's all the gay people in LA.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
We got the
Unacceptable. Gina,
I think it's all the gay people in LA.
Yo, there's like a fire happening right now, dude. Why, dog? That's like your stereotypical Southern California Mexican right there. I love it.
Dude just been stoned in a hotel room for like 2 days, and he just wakes up and his world's on fire.
Yep. Yo,
no idea what's
like
going
there's
on.
a fire, dog. I love it.
Has
It's
no
all the
idea.
gays in LA.
I mean,
Oh,
we
there
never
you
really
go.
thought about that, you know.
Chris Gore. I'm evacuated. LA is out of control now.
Well, I'm glad you're out of there because, are
Yeah.
you? What do you mean by evacuated? Did you go to your designated evacuation zone, which is 3 blocks from your house, or did you actually just get the fuck out of Dodge? Like, if it was me, if it was me right now, and I was really anywhere in the area, if I had the capability to, I would have fucking left yesterday or the day before. Because as you're seeing, anytime they do finally let people know, yeah, we got to get out of there, evacuation mandatory, then the traffic gets gridlocked, then nobody can move, then they have to get out of their cars and walk, and then fire trucks can't get in there, so they have to bring bulldozers in to smash all the cars out of the way. It's a nightmare. So if you have not everybody does, not everybody has the capability to just fucking leave or whatever, depending on what's going on, but I'd drive down. I'd get down there, take a 2-hour drive to San Diego, maybe even go into Palm Springs, stuff like that. That's what I would do, but it sucks. It sucks. Glad you're safe though, Chris. Glad you're safe. That'd be you could lose your house, you lose all that shit. But if we lost Film Threat, I mean, how would we go on? How would we go on? Highlander, remember for 7 months, why did the sperm cross the road? I put on the wrong socks this morning. Hail chat and the 199. Jeremy, gay, Beardo, fat, Ryan's cool though. Thanks, Highlander.
Thank you, Highlander.
Rabid one, why was Beardo muted in the fat cave?
I don't know. I fixed it though.
Those things happen.
Yeah.
Tobias for 10. I'd love to leave California, but I can't afford to leave. My half-sister is over in Norway getting way more cash for dog grooming than I make working a state-sponsored organization. I'm surprised you're not a dog groomer, Tobias. Maybe it does run in the family, though. Maybe it does run in the family. San Nicholas Gore for 2. Ryan's got the jades. He's green. Little greenish.
Yeah,
it's not really how I look, but
you got like a hue of green. Yeah.
I'm really sick. Rudy for 2. Hey man, what did I do to you? You went to Notre Dame. Rudy, that's it. Super Nate, kind of crazy how California's on fire. Meanwhile, here in North Alabama, we're covered in snow.
Yeah.
It's weird how the seasons work. Andre CR for 2,500. I hereby request an it's all the gays emoji. I don't know. At least this time there's no Korean roof snipers. True. We haven't heard of any we haven't heard any more of that yet, at least.
I've heard that there's some looting going on.
We haven't heard any Korean snipers though.
Rooftop
Koreans. But yes, I have seen some looting going on. Not really surprised. You got some people that are having heroic moments, like, grabbing their pets and running out of houses that are on fire and being burned all over. And then you got people grabbing Jordans and TVs and whatever else they can carry. So,
unbelievable.
Priorities. My kill for 5. Seth freaking Rollins said his part was cut out of Captain America 4 because all the rewrites and reshoots. Wow. That sucks for him, I guess. That movie's gonna be dog shit. But yes, it would
terrible.
suck to I'm sure he's getting paid and whatever, but it would suck to do work for like weeks and weeks and weeks filming this movie, thinking you're gonna have this badass part or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
2 years later, when it actually comes out, they're like, you don't have a part. Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
Seth Rollins, no big deal. Cole Hauser, Ryan is my rigga. Yo, Beardo, 199. Yo, Joe. Praise
How you doing?
Over on the Rumble side, CWE Spay for 5. Turn your damn heater on, Ryan. Beardo, you're allowed to keep suffering.
Okay.
I mean, like, I just feel no need. It's going to be like in the 70s today. So, whatever. I just don't feel like I need to turn. I haven't turned my heater on. I don't feel like I should risk turning my heater on because I don't want my house to burn down.
Okay.
And ultimately, 63, I can deal with that.
Yeah, just throw on a sweatshirt.
Exactly. I had my massive
socks.
I had a big like hoodie that's almost like a fucking blanket. Not a Snuggie, but it's not a terrible comparison. On Wednesday, people are giving me a bunch of shit. Now people are worried I'm gonna get too cold. See,
Pick one.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Let your nose get cold and drip? I don't think so. We do have something else to talk about. We do have something else to talk about that happened yesterday, Beardo. And
Yes.
Jeremy shockingly made a video on this channel, which is pretty wild. But we know that Ubisoft has had a hellish year in 2024. Multiple failures and flops, and even a massive delay for one of their biggest IPs and what should be a game that people are really excited to get in their hands. The next Assassin's Creed game was set to be released in November of 2024. Well, that was until there was a lot of backlash. There was a lot of controversy surrounding this. Finally giving fans what they want, a Japanese Assassin's Creed game, only to make the male protagonist black. The Yasuke Samurai, or the Samurai Yasuke, the Black Samurai, which wasn't really a samurai. But nevertheless, they decided we're going to delay this thing. So a lot of production issues. Reportedly, they wanted to change things to make sure it was more polished than something like Star Wars Outlaws, but they also wanted to change apparently a lot of the things they got culturally completely fucking wrong. But I think a lot of people knew that 3 or 4 months probably not going to be enough for this game. Mm-hmm. Well, yesterday, Assassin's Creed made the big announcement. They've delayed this thing once again from February back to March, just another month delay. So they want to incorporate player feedback. They want to make sure to deliver the best quality product. And if this was just a normal announcement without the controversy involved, I don't have any problem with people delaying games because I would rather you delay a game than put out a broken game. The problem is I don't know if that's really what is going to be happening with it. I don't think they're going to be fixing the problems that people are actually caring about when it comes to this Assassin's Creed game in this 1 month time period.
Mm-hmm.
Are you an Assassin's Creed guy?
I played Assassin's Creed 2, 3, and 4 back in the day, and then I kind of just was iffy about it. Once it turned into like a annual release or 2 games in 1 year, it was like it was too much. It was too much for me. But I have some friends who are diehard Assassin's Creed fans, and even though Assassin's Creed has been shit for years, they still continue to play every single one. Hoping that maybe there is an outlier, that one of them is actually going to be good. Disappointment with Assassin's Creed Shadows, disappointment with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I think, what was it, Valhalla? Assassin's Creed Valhalla was like the last one that I think was kind of universally accepted as kind of good.
The thing is, even though a lot of the people that have been playing for a long time are bemoaning it really not being what they knew as Assassin's Creed, they've continued to sell really well despite departing from that, right? They've continued to soak up a normie audience. I think at one point in time, now that doesn't mean this many games sold because of different passes and things like that, but I think there were 20 million players for Assassin's Creed Valhalla at one point in time. It made them over $1 billion in revenue. So it's a big franchise. There's a lot riding on this. This isn't something that if it sells 4 or 5 million copies, that's a disaster for them. If this thing sells 4 million copies, that's
but
truly
this one's
where
Assassin's Creed Shadows. What was the one, the last one? Mirage, sorry, yes. The Assassin's Creed Mirage. This one is Shadows. Yeah, Mirage didn't do very well either, like at all. And they were like, branding it, we're going back to basics. You're actually going to be an assassin with the hood and the hooded blades. And it wasn't it. It wasn't it. It
was a little bit of a smaller game, though. You know what I mean? They have these different games. Like you said, they have different kind of levels of games that they release. This one is on par with some of the major ones like Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, that type of release. So it needs to perform that type of way. But something interesting was recognized by people when they announced, hey, guys, we're going to be delaying this. We care a lot about getting this Japanese culture stuff right. We really care about the Japanese people and their feedback. So we're going to release it on March 20th instead. Some people, found that interesting. The fact that the new release date is March 20th, because that's kind of a fucked up day, in Japan in general. March 20th in Japanese history is most notably known for the Tokyo subway sarin attack, which occurred on this date in 1995, where members of the Aum Shinrikyo cult released nerve gas in the Tokyo subway system. So yes, the worst modern domestic terrorist attack in history is when they decided to release this game. And have other games in Japan been released on that date? Absolutely. Are other games in Japan releasing on that date that are all about fucking Japanese culture? That's a different story. So they have a whole different realm of fucking controversy now. And it's been alleged all along that they have not done their research about Japan, that they're completely wrong about their Japanese history. That's been one of the major criticisms surrounding this game. And now here you have it. And the first place I saw this was from Veridark tweeting this out. I don't know.
Yep.
Like, that's first place I saw it. I don't know really where else it came from, but it's obviously blowing up now because this is a crazy fuck up to make when you've already been destroyed for the tone deaf moves you've had in Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Yeah, and the first time that it got delayed in November, when Ubisoft put out their statement, they're like, oh, okay, well, everybody who pre-ordered the game already, we're just going to give you the DLC for free, and we're just going to launch it as one complete game, which tells me that Ubisoft's plan all along was that their DLC that they were going to nickel and dime you for was actually developed to be a main story, a main part of the game that they just happened to pluck out, that we're going to charge you an extra $25, $30 for this. And you've seen it. They did it with Star Wars Outlaws with the Jabba the Hutt mission. They were going to charge you $30 extra for Jabba the Hutt so you can fight a Rancor. How cool is that? Like, we hadn't done it in fucking Star Wars Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order. You get to fight a Rancor in Star Wars Outlaws. You get to see Jabba the Hutt. Remember him? But it's going to cost you $30 extra. When you're looking at it, that was probably developed and meant to be in the main game that they just decided to take out. We're going to charge you an extra $30 for. So then when you see Ubisoft do that with Assassin's Creed Shadows, that all but pretty much confirmed what their plan was, is that this extra DLC mission for Assassin's Creed Shadows was really developed for the game that they were going to upcharge you for. Now, oh, well, we're sorry that we're delaying the game. Well, since you pre-ordered it, we're just going to give away the DLC for free now. But now it's delayed again. So what happened to the people who got their full refund on the pre-order from November, who now have the ability to pre-order it again for its release next month? Now what are so I didn't read Ubisoft's full statement that we had there on Twitter. Are they refunding again, or are they holding everybody's pre-orders?
I think with just the delay of a month, I don't think they intend to do the refund, because again, one of the big things was because they also made in that announcement that they were completely revamping a lot of what those pre-order categories would be and would get. So they refunded everybody's. Now I think they're probably holding on to them. But now, not only are you having another delay, which is going to cost them even more fucking money, and I think part of it is maybe to get out of February, which is they're going to have a lot of competition in that space if they did it. Maybe that's why they're delaying. Maybe the game really isn't fucking ready yet. But if this thing comes out broken, buggy at all, people are going to fucking hammer them because now you've delayed it so many fucking times.
Yeah, so I looked
ugh.
up the February video game releases for this year. Kingdom Come Deliverance, Civilization 7, The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2, Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6 Remastered, The Lost Records, Avowed, Like a Dragon, Pirate, Yakuza in Hawaii, and Monster Hunter Wilds are all video games that release in February.
And I think that may have had more to do with this delay than any real things, if I'm being honest.
Could be.
I think they felt that was so crowded, and they need this game to be huge. Otherwise, Ubisoft is dead. That's the fact. Like, if this game is not a massive success for them, they're probably going to be forced into doing a buyout or taking the company private, selling it, whatever. That's the reality. That's how badly they've fucked up.
Yep, they fucked it up, man. And you're right. If it still launches like shit, which it probably will, they're going to get crushed more than they already are right now.
Yeah, so we'll see. Listen, this is not going to be a Concord level player base, right? It's going to sell millions and millions of copies. But when your standard and when your break even point maybe, I don't know, 7 million copies, if this game's in like the $300 million budget range, which some of these big ones are for them, then you sell 5-6 million copies. That could still be a total and complete financial disaster for your company based on the IP you have, based on the money you put into it, and based on what you're expecting to get out of it. So we're going to have to see how it does compared to some of these other things we know have done a certain way. And like before all of the controversy, before they revealed, I 100% believe that they were expecting minimum 10 million copies sold for this. Assassin's Creed in Japan. Well, then you got a Black Samurai. Then wait, what are all these things here? What do you mean this structure is Chinese? That shouldn't be here in fucking Japan. What is this dog shit? This doesn't make any sense. Why are you selling merchandise with this type of emblem on it, which doesn't even make any sense for like a pre-World War II Japan? Like a lot of things like that were popping up that showed, despite all their virtue signaling otherwise about respecting Japanese culture while inserting a black man into the lead of this story, in truth, they had no idea what they were doing. And now this date that they've decided to release on goes a little bit back to that as well. It's like if you were, it would be like if you decided, hey, this all American, it's all about American culture and American history and like things like that. You decided to release it on September 11th. Like that's very similar to that. Right. And that doesn't mean that other games aren't releasing on that date and things like that. But it's about, hey, this is all about Americana, American history, American legacy, respecting America, honoring America. September 11th release date.
That's like if Call of Duty came out on September 11th.
I don't even know if I would say like that, because it's potential. It depends on the type of Call of Duty it would be, probably. But yeah, because that's what this is all about. It's all about honoring Japanese history, and we care about the Japanese people. We care about Japanese culture. And then that's different than fucking Sonic 3 Mastermind of Reality or whatever the hell fucking game that came out was like dropping on that date.
You're right.
That's different than something like that happening.
So Ubisoft, their latest failures, they Skull and Bones, that pirate game that they were working on for like almost 15 years, their first quadruple A game. That was a massive failure. You had Avatar Frontiers. That sucked. Hardly anybody played it. And then you had their DLC that nobody played either. You had X Defiant, which was going to be their Call of Duty killer. That went through several delays. It was supposed to come out, summer of last year, July of 2023. Am I right?
Which game?
Like X Defiant. X Defiant, was that not supposed to come out like August of 2023?
I think so. It got delayed to release earlier in 2024. Yeah. And then they promised they wouldn't shut it down. We promise X Defiant players, this is a promise to you. We have a plan for multiple seasons. You're going to be playing this game for years. They fucking shut that down, fired a bunch of people. Star Wars Outlaws was a nightmare. Obviously, but yeah, I mean, Skull and Bones probably went further under the radar than it should have, because that's a game they worked on for over a decade, to the point where we got tired of hearing about it almost. That's a game that had like $800 million potentially behind it. Like, that's how much money went into that game over the course of over a decade. And it flopped spectacularly. Absolutely bombed. So Ubisoft's got a lot riding on this, unfortunately for them. Wake and Bacon. Hawaii was the test. LA's the application of what they learned from Hawaii. It's all a land grab. Hail 199 with my Canadian 5, which is 20 American. You wish it was 20 American. Thank you, Wake and Bacon. AJ Gutrung. Why isn't the government helping California through This Is Wild?
We sent all of our money to Ukraine.
Yeah, they sent firefighting equipment over there.
They did.
They actually did. Yeah. Mike for 10. I have a friend in Cali who thinks LA's using the fires to clean out LA before the Olympics. Hey, maybe. Maybe they paid a couple homeless people in Crack Rocks to start some fires all around. I don't know. Conspiracies running amok right now.
AJ
Gutrung for 5. Maybe the government didn't worry about Ukraine so much. We could help our citizens through wildfires. Just a thought. Possibly. Animating Andy for 11 euros. For some reason, I imagine a Japanese article that says Japanese gamer performed seppuku on himself after playing AC Shadows. I hope not, but it's a crazy world we live in, so anything's possible. Well, I don't think we have to worry about that. I think that's a little extreme, I think. We got 2 super chats back to back, both 5,000 yen. Is that $50? Is that what 5,000 yen is? 5,000 yen to USD. A little less than 50, but thank you, M. Simon, for 2 back-to-back super chats saying the same thing. M. Simon Rena. As someone from Japan, let me make it clear. Nobody gives a shit about this game here. It's going to do really shitty in Japan.
Yeah, I'm sure
very, very shitty. Bastard Luigi for 199. Game is on Black Samurai time. Yeah, the Black Samurai's 5 months late. What are you going to do? Got delayed. Ammo Bear for 5. Deliverance looks good. Going to dub banjo music over it. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Yeah, yes. Kingdom Come Deliverance. That is also releasing soon.
Yep.
And the dev, we're going to talk about something he said, actually, today. Once we get through some more of these super chats. Randoir, are you two the only ones that were available on short notice? Pretty much, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Logan Johnson for 10. Yo ho, yo ho. Jiro Majima as a pirate. Fuck yeah, let's go. Have yourselves a good day, Beardo, Ryan, and fellow 199. Woo!
Thank you.
Woo. San Nicholas Gore. 5. What if Ubisoft's playing 4D chess? They're covertly retelling 2020 when blacks randomly attacking Asian folks for no reason. Remember, hashtag stop Asian hate. Maybe secretly based. Woodles for 5. Hey, Ryan, you have to stream Assassin's Creed gaming for peak content. I don't have to. But we'll see. The Wolfram Heart for 5. I love how Ryan enunciates the word black. Hashtag rescue Star Wars explains dog. Uh-oh.
Okay.
MJ Gorgie for 2. The government is going to help with 100% of the cost for 180 days. That's very nice. Mr. Winzakos for 25. Elon pretending to grind hardcore in Path of Exiles 2 is hilarious. Also, new Linkin Park album's pretty good. Hail the 199. I saw some rumor that people don't think that he thinks maybe that Elon was hiring H-1B applicants to grind his Path of Exiles 2 character. I don't really know. I've never played, so tough for me to know or not. Where are we? We got people sharing some hot fucking college athletes apparently in the chat. What else do we have over on Rumble? On the Rumble side, we're also caught up. So I guess
there you go.
We need to talk about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. because not only is that releasing very soon, obviously, but the developer actually got in a little bit of hot water the other day. The Kingdom Come Deliverance developer got in some hot water a few months ago when he decided to go out there and, just brag about how well his game is doing, 7 years after the fact. And it had everything to do with, who he compared it to. And that was Dragon Age the Veilguard. This was back in December, over a month ago. He said, wow, 7-year-old game versus recent release. And he was just bragging that Kingdom Come Deliverance, despite being released, 7 years ago, effectively, was actually outperforming Dragon Age the Veilguard. And this was in the midst of all of the stuff, all the media people up in arms about Dragon Age the Veilguard hate. People criticized him. People called him out. This isn't okay. How dare you do this? And, he puts this out. Doing a regular check on how we're doing compared to a game with a recent AAA budget, a big budget award-winning RPG. Found out we're doing surprisingly well. Said, wow, went to sleep, took the kids for a trip, returned home, turned on X and OMFG. I'm in the middle of some culture war. That is exactly what happened. But now Daniel Vavra is talking once again about the state of the industry. And I personally think he knew exactly what he was doing comparing these things. And I don't have any problem with that at all. But now he's going out there and on a show, he's talking about the state of gaming, the state of the AAA industry, these big studios right now, and how far they've fallen, their attacks on fans, things like that. And in this discussion, he talks about that there's a lot of big studios who are fucking terrified of some YouTubers that are out there, including people like Asmongold, including people like the Critical Drinker, which is why you saw his face in the thumbnail. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 developer Daniel Vavra claims big studios are terrified of YouTubers like Critical Drinker and Asmongold. Now, I am not going to play this video because it's all in a different fucking language. So we have to have it translated anyway. But I want to read through this a little bit. In his recent appearance, Vavra said, listen, I've even heard that there are big developers and companies that are really scared of hate tubers, let's say, the kind of guys who started criticizing. Critical Drinker, Asmongold, and others who started criticizing big companies. He continued, I thought it was so niche. Okay, Asmon got like a few million followers. His videos have some impact, but it's definitely not what everyone is watching. However, he then noted, and now I found from some people, the companies are really terrified of them, and it's really having an impact. That's when somebody starts to critique the game in the corporate world, that it does have an impact. From there, he shared his own criticisms about these studios and how they react to those criticisms. And it's unsustainable how these corporations do it, considering they now made games that nobody wanted. And they even said it when those gamers started complaining that they didn't like it and they didn't want that kind of game. And developers started telling them that they were stupid and it wasn't a game for them, which is completely bizarre that you're insulting your own customers. What's your take on this? Do you think these studios are scared of these YouTubers?
I think some of them. I think that there is some truth to this, and they should. They should. I mean, these hate YouTubers. When there's a great game, a good game, like, we play it all fucking day long, 24/7. Like, that's the only game we'll play for months on end because it's actually good. But yeah, man, we've been hurt too many times. And now we have an eye out for it. And now people with a voice who aren't journalists, who aren't paid journo shills, who play a game for 5 hours and then put out their review on it. No, we're actual fans who are fans of the IP, or maybe even were fans of the developer in the past when they were actually making good games. And you've put out shit for a long time after that. And we've been hurt. We've been burned. We've wasted our money. And now that we have a voice, that we have friends in the community who do have very large YouTube channels, who are like-minded individuals, and we trust their opinion. Now in current year, and it's even with movies in Hollywood, but specifically video games here, now a lot of us don't want to pre-order anything. We want to wait until somebody that we trust on YouTube to put out their review before we actually decide to go spend $70 to $80 on a video game. Yeah, I do think that there's truth that they should be worried about these hate tubers. Or hate tubers. They're not hate tubers, they're fans. We're fucking fans. It's in the name fanatic. We are fans of this IP, and we don't want to be fucking burned.
This is what I think. I think that people absolutely should be paying attention to the types of things that are being said on these channels. I do not think that you should necessarily be scared. Oh, if Critical Drinker doesn't like this, or if Asmongold doesn't like this, because people are going to have opinions, right? I don't think that the reason these guys are getting millions of views on these things, it's not that they're telling their audience what to think. People are finding videos like that and finding those things and watching them and going back to them because they happen to agree.
Correct.
So if some of these guys criticizing these games, if they've captured this audience, is because the audience is feeling that way too. So the reason that it's happening is probably reversed from what these studios think. I think these studios might be scared of them because they feel like they're influencing people what to think. The reality is that people that think that way are finding these people who are saying that. That's why you should be paying attention and to some extent be very scared, because if you have that type of reaction, if you have Assassin's Creed Shadows reaction, Star Wars Outlaws reactions that are getting millions and millions of views talking about how shitty this fucking looks, how stupid this fucking looks, that's a problem because normal people, the audience, that is the way they feel. They're not being brainwashed. They feel that way already.
Mm-hmm.
And that's indicative of how they're going to feel when your game actually releases.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how, that's my perception of it. As someone obviously who makes videos, I don't think that there's very many people out there that I'm like, oh, I told them exactly what to think about this. No, I'm reacting and they're having the same reaction. And that's why they're drawn to that shit. That's why they're subscribing.
Bingo.
So.
Bingo. Yep. And even to play devil's advocate, if these larger YouTubers, if they're hating on a game that most of the majority of people who have played it like, and the YouTubers shitting on it, well, then they're going to get hate too. And their comments are going to be, you fucking retard, and downvote the video and everything. You're wrong on this one. It's not just one way. It's not like we're just in some fucking echo chamber.
Yeah. And I mean, look at Gary, right? Gary does a Batman review, or a Batman trailer review. Sorry. Gary does a Batman trailer review. Isn't a big fan of some parts of the trailer. Did he change everybody's mind that was watching that? No, he got fucking downvoted. He got ratioed on it, Gary.
Exactly.
He got ratioed on your Batman trailer reaction. That's what happens. That's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Where the fuck are we? I thought it was interesting though. I do think that people are aware of those, but they might be looking at it the wrong perspective. I think some of these studios might be scared because they think that these people are changing people's minds instead of realizing the reason these things are getting as big as they are is because that's the voice of a lot of people that feel that way in the audience.
Absolutely.
Period.
Yep.
So they should be scared of the reactions that these videos are having, but maybe not for the reason that they think.
Mm-hmm.
Night Saber. Remember for 5 months. Hey, Ryan. Yo, Beardo. I sent X-Wing something funny in Discord yesterday. Ask him about it. Crazy coincidence.
I'll ask him about it. Thank you, Night Saber.
No regrets from
No
Gary.
regrets.
Gary's always watching. He's always lurking. Always. All right, let's see. We're good on that side. Thank you to the people that are hanging out in the locals chat. Grab Thar's hammer. If game devs are confident in their product, why are they so scared of analysis critique of games? Reviews have always been a thing. However, YouTube, X, etc., have given a platform to more authentic takes. Yeah, any retard can pick up a game. Any retard can start playing Pokemon. I was playing Pokemon last night. Anybody can do it.
Hell yeah. Okay? Scarlet Violet?
Yes. Violet.
Did you start a new playthrough? Because you did one the other day, and then you played last night. Was this a brand new playthrough, or did you start it 2 years ago when the game first came out?
I started it 2 years ago and played for about 2 hours and beat the first gym.
Okay. And you're doing the same playthrough. You didn't start over. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So.
It's good. I like it. I like Scarlet and Violet.
It's okay. Like, it's so fun. Some of the interactions are so damn cringe.
Oh, dude. Yes.
You got all these
yes.
Team Star, whatever. You got to fight some fucking Mario Bowser Wario type of car looking thing. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
That Vroom or whatever that thing is. That's
Yeah,
stupid.
the car. Yeah. Have you been introduced to Penny yet?
Yes.
Ah, dude. Talk about
I
your
saw her last
representation
night.
right there. Yeah.
Huh?
I said, talk about your representation right there. Fuck Penny. I couldn't stand that
I feel
bitch
like
when I was
Penny
playing.
wants to have sex with me. Like I feel like that's what's going on in the game.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That seems to be the case. But I don't really know. That just she seemed like she was flirting with me, but I wasn't interested in her because she looked like a Joe Biden voter.
Yeah, she looked like a they them for sure.
And it's not very appropriate.
No. Yeah.
So I shut her down. Or he, him down, she, her, they, them. I don't know what Penny's name is. Tobias Nexus for 10. My favorite videos are Tear of Grace playing shitty games like Kong, Gollum, Walking Dead Destinies, that's how it's spelled in the credits, and Gray Hill Incident, and laughing at how shit they are. You can have fun watching bad games.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean I have fun sitting there playing Pokemon. We're grinding out, working our way up to the electric gym. So I had to level up, get a Dawn fan, level up a couple other characters. I went way longer than I thought. I meant to do like 2 hours last night and I streamed for like 3.5. So
Dude, you get sucked into Pokemon, man. I live streamed when Pokemon Scarlet and Violet came out, and I was doing like 6 or 7 hours, and I'm like, yeah, I've been playing for 2 hours.
Yeah,
no, I played for 6 hours. Yeah. It's good. I liked it. I mean, it's not the best Pokemon game ever.
it's
far
just
from
so
it.
different.
Far from it.
It's
The
so
whole
different.
open world. It's yeah.
The idea of just finding a Pokemon, going out there, throwing your shit at it, and then having a battle, and like Psyduck is just fucking wander around the background in the middle of your battle. It's so strange.
Yeah.
So removed from what we played growing up.
Just wait until you're in like you have a whole bunch of the same Pokemon in the same area, and then you go to battle one to try to catch it, and then you see a shiny in the background just walking around, a shiny version of it, and you're like, fuck, I'm in the middle of a battle. I hope it doesn't fucking despawn and go away, and you have to like run or try to just like, you know, knock out the Pokemon that you're fighting just so you can go find that shiny that you just seen walking across your screen that you can't do anything about.
Yeah. I haven't found any shinies yet, but I need some.
I have a few.
Very for 5. Hey, is the meetup 21 plus? Because I'm a few months short. If so, I will still see y'all at the con, Hail 199. I mean, to go in the bar,
It's in a bar.
21 plus to go in the bar. However, there's probably gonna be a decent amount of people kind of hanging out and doing stuff right outside the bar as well. If I had to guess, I know I spent some time out there. A lot of people spent some time out there because it's a pretty big area. So there's even places to sit and things like that outside.
Yeah,
So,
you can get food.
Yeah,
There's like a Mexican restaurant, a Panda, and Burger King that's right there across the way. So
yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. So
plus, I'm sure it's going to get hot in there.
I'd still recommend coming out, even if you can't necessarily go in the bar. So, but that's just me. That's what I would do. Shouldn't always do what I should do, but you never know. I see Jessica Lindstrom has been dropping the link, the RSVP to that meetup for a while now. So thank you to Jessica. Eric K's Secret Racism for 2. Brian, best Pokemon player in G&G.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's not
Eric
what he said.
K's Secret Racism.
Said Brian is the best Pokemon player.
He doesn't really understand how to spell, which is why you misspelled my name.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So I was just clarifying for him. Pokemon, not as good as Slugfest. Beardo, did you have some poo?
I like Slugfest and Pokemon. Thank you, Titty Smacker.
Warren says if it's the same place from last year, it will get packed. It is the same place as last year. So it is going to be packed in there. There's no doubt. So there's going to be a lot of people that take some time outside, that hang out outside. For sure. For sure. Can't make it to the meetup, but cheering out for my Maryland jail. Like in terms of like, it sucks that I'm stuck in Maryland at the time, or you're actually in prison.
Or
right
you're
now,
actually in prison
47.
in Maryland.
Yeah.
That's wild.
If that's true, stay safe.
Yeah.
If that's true. I do want to talk about Marvel Rivals a little bit. I know you talked about this the other day on your stream. But obviously, Marvel Rivals released a little over a month ago, and it kind of took gaming by storm for a while. I think a lot of people knew there'd be interest in it, but nearly 500,000 concurrent players remaining effectively at over 400,000 concurrent players basically for over a year, or sorry, for over a month. I don't know if people expected quite that level of success, but certainly you can draw some comparisons to failures like something like Concord with its character designs and its pronouns, its androgynous, weird, fat losers, versus something like Marvel Rivals, who actually have some attractive characters. And recently, they announced that, hey, Invisible Woman, Sue Storm, is coming to the game as well with some assets of her own. And predictably, a lot of people that are upset that people are playing games with attractive women in them, they got very mad too. You would not recognize this character if she didn't have the big 4 logo on her chest. Especially when they released this skin for her, the Mistress of Hate skin. I can't believe that people don't like this skin, Beardo. We don't really even need the audio.
No, but you might want to put it on half speed.
You put it on half speed, huh?
Yeah, put it on half speed, full screen it.
We'll see if I can put it on half speed.
Playback speed. There you go.
Speed. There we go. So this is this is not like a mod or anything. This is just a different skin.
Yep.
The Invisible Woman. And you have people that are genuinely fucking pissed that superheroes or villains or whatever that have been portrayed as, very sexy in comic books for years and years and years actually look like they're kind of hopped off the page of the comic for these characters. They're upset about it. They're mad. And they're especially mad that this is potentially one of the reasons that this is so successful. You got people pissed off for the girlies that are addicted to Marvel Rivals like me. So I don't know if it's just me, but this new Gooner skin that they're releasing with the character Sue Storm is so ugly to me. Her default is so much prettier. And I'm not trying to say that showing the curves of women in games is always a bad thing. If done tastefully, I think they're very cute. But if her ass and legs were covered, I bet you no one would be buying this skin. Very disappointed, to be honest. Like, this is fucking sad, man. It's okay that these characters are attractive. Guess what? They also didn't make Mr. Fantastic like a big pot-bellied fucking loser either.
He's jacked.
He's jacked, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And here's the thing with hero shooters like this and with Marvel Rivals, most people who have already been playing, the diehards, where this is the only game that they've been playing, they have a main, or maybe they swap between like 1 or 2, maybe 3 different characters that they choose to play as. I'm sure when the Invisible Woman, when she drops, I don't know if she's in the game yet or if she's coming soon, people are going to try her out. And yes, without a fucking doubt, when that skin drops, they are going to play it, especially on streamers. They're going to play it to get a reaction out of people. But it's like, people aren't just going to drop their main in Marvel Rivals to play as Sue Storm just so that they can look at her fat ass. They might do it for a game or 2.
They'll try it out. Yeah.
They'll try it out, but it's like, these people have already decided who they're going to play as. And then you're going to also find people who, oh man, I really like this Sue Storm character because I like playing as her because her mechanics are good. She has cool powers. I actually like playing as her because of her powers better than this person that I used to main. And it's not going to be, man, I'm really suffering and I'm losing matches and I'm a detriment to my team, but I'm going to still play as Sue Storm because I want to stare at her fucking video game fat ass. That's not going to happen. People are going to play as Sue Storm because they like her mechanics and gameplay. Does it make it easier that, she's fucking hot and you're staring at fucking her fat ass in the game? Absolutely. It's fun. It's also funny. But we would rather that play as a character with good mechanics who's hot than play as a character with good mechanics but is fat and ugly.
Yeah, like every Concord character, basically.
Correct.
Yeah. And there's a lot of reasons, obviously, that Concord failed. Not just the fact that they were fat and ugly and all gay and they, them, but that was definitely a big part of it, right? 100% a big part of it. Marvel Rivals continues to do really well. And when you look at all of the designs Now, some of them are maybe more comic book accurate than others with their look, but all of them are like they're good designs from a perspective of you can see why this is appealable to people, right? The men look like heroes. The women look hot and they look like heroes. And yeah, there's going to be people that are upset about that people are playing games with attractive women in it. But they can go fuck themselves, I guess, because these continue to perform really, really well. These characters are depicted as very attractive in comic books for years and years and years. It's not like it's anything new or anything crazy. But I guess that's the new standard for some girlies who play Marvel Rivals.
Dude, there's no way. Like those are clickbait engagement farming tweets that they know that they're going to get ratioed, and then they get to highlight, they get to do their virtue signaling and be like, look at these misogynistic, toxic men talking shit on me in the comments and in my replies. That is exactly why you fucking made the tweet in the first place.
Well, it depends. Specifically, that is, I believe that's a Reddit post. And depending on where you're posting on Reddit, like there's posts like that could get a lot of positive engagement depending on where you are.
But they're posting it for engagement.
Yeah,
regardless.
Of course, everything I post is for engagement, right? If I post a tweet that says "go fuck yourself," I'm hoping that people will like that tweet. But yeah, so it does depend. That was screenshot off Reddit. There are some places on Reddit where you'll find the most insane shit, and there'll be 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people that agree wholeheartedly with them.
Yeah.
Just depends on whatever little weird fucking community you're a part of, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Boss Man for 2. Funny seeing Sonic 3 do blackface successfully. Who did blackface?
They're trying to say that Shadow is a blackface of Sonic.
Well, I guess.
I'm assuming. Oh no, wait. Did you see Sonic 3?
Yeah.
It's when his friend, the human friend Tom, when he turned into the black guy.
Oh, yeah. Use the hologram thing, right?
The hologram face,
right.
and he turned into the black guy.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, okay.
Sonic just breaking barriers, man. Carol Hall with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you, Carol.
Titty Smacker for 199. Would you smash Joy Taylor? Peanut butter skin in cans, those big old cans and that peanut butter skin walking through Fox Sports. Joy ain't really my type.
Not even once?
Joy's not really my type, but like, who knows? Maybe in 2016 or something, if I've been, I don't fucking know. But
if you were an exec at Fox Sports, maybe in 2016.
Yeah, there's always a chance. Like,
there's always a chance.
Like, there's always like a very good chance, especially if like she's coming on to me like she fucking wants. There's a chance, right? But from like the bird's eye perspective, right now, Joy Taylor not really my type.
I'd do it once. If it was good, probably twice. Maybe a third time.
Yeah, I was gonna say you do it over and over again. Yeah. Joy, not really my type. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it right there. But where else are we? And I don't know if she'd be interested in me anyway. I'm a white person, but I wouldn't be a Fox Sports executive. It's nothing I'd had to fucking give her. So I don't know if she'd be interested in fucking me anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like she's only gonna fuck people that have something to give her.
Yeah.
And that ain't me. If you look like Skip Bayless, you would. Bro, there are so many good Skip Bayless memes about that entire story because Skip has posted so many insane things on his own social media over the past several years. It's like, I'm back. It's like, I'm back with $1.5 million. It's just a picture of him like standing randomly. Just like standing randomly in his hallway with his fit in his stupid sneakers. It's like, this man is so fucking weird. Skip Bayless is such a weirdo.
Yeah. and he tweets some weird shit where it's like out of context in the phrasing. If you're
All
looking at
in
the phrasing,
my
yeah,
ass.
well, all in my ass.
Yeah. Yeah, that comma very, very important in that sentence.
Yes.
Holy shit. Ryan, did you cure your jaundice or just got better lighting? A lot of people are saying I look like shit today, so I don't think the lighting's that good. I didn't cure my jaundice though. I still have it. Nothing's changing. Maddening for $5. Have a good weekend, gentlemen in chat. Thank you, man. It is
Thank you.
the end of the weekend. I think
Have a good weekend, too.
starts an hour earlier today. It's at 3. So you ready for that? So it really truly is no longer FNT. It's FAT. Fat. It's the fat stream.
It's fat.
Friday afternoon tights. Choose violence. Marvel Rivals, the island of a communist business giving people what they want, and capitalist companies forcing their ideology on customers. It's kind of crazy. Like, it
Same
really
thing
is
with Black
wild.
Myth Wukong.
Yes, ideally, look, I would love for companies to be putting out games like that are well received, that are just focused on fucking entertainment and selling games and having people play, that wasn't also supporting China. I would love for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, people aren't getting that from a lot of the game developers here right now.
Mm-hmm.
So people are going to go just in the same way with your phone, with everything else. You're going to go where you can get that product that you want. So maybe someone else other than China should start providing it. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Skip Bayless must be down bad if he's offering a hairstylist $1.5 million to sleep with him. Jeez. I personally think that this was also after, according to the thing, this is after like months and months of like trying to get her to sleep with him. I don't think that Skip Bayless actually would have given her $1.5 million. I think he was just trying to get her to the point of saying yes, and then being like, "Oh, so there is a number. So there is. You would be." That's what I think the strategy was, personally.
Just for his ego. He wasn't actually trying to sleep with her. He just wanted her to say that she would sleep with him.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It's like when you and your fucking friend, when you like say something, be like, what, like, how much would it take for some fucking billionaire to come up and fuck you in the ass? Like, I'd never do that. Like, well, I mean, what if they offered $500,000? I would never get fucked in the ass for $500,000. Not worth it, man. No, I'm not.
$5 million. $5 million. And they're like, oh, well, $5 million is a lot of money. It's like, oh, so you would do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, so like, yeah, but $5 million, it's like, well, what if it was 3 though? What if it was 3 and he bought you a car? Well, I don't know. That is, I think, the conversation that Skip Bayless was having with this hairstylist. If I'm guessing.
That's your typical frat boy, what if scenario questions.
Yeah. I still think that the funniest line from that entire thing is when
Yes.
When Skip Bayless is trying to get her to sleep
you're
with
married.
him.
You can't do that. You're married. He's like, well, you're Middle Eastern. Doesn't your dad have 3 or 4 wives? My dad's dead.
That is the funniest line. Skip, this is wrong. You have a wife. Skip Bayless to hairstylist. Your dad's Muslim. Doesn't he have 3 or 4 wives? My dad's dead. Awkwardly walk out of the room. Like, 100% sounds like Skip Bayless, to be honest.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, when me and you were going over that on Monday, I'm like, that's totally something Skip would say.
Jonathan or Joan Lovelace for $1, or not $1, for 1 gifted membership. Thank you, Joan.
Thanks, John.
Gifted membership. Discat Man with a gifted membership as well. Thank you. Rabid One. FNT's a train wreck right now. People just keep saying the same thing and interrupting each other. Also, Beardo's the COD champ and fat. Jeremy's trans. I can't believe anyone's interrupting each other on FNT. Shadow Saiyan for 5. The Sue Storm alt skin was the best 38 seconds.
You're welcome.
Drowning Clown, hail to Geeks and Gamers, biggest money makers. Y'all should ask for a raise. It will work on that. Thank you, Drowning Clown. Thoughts on Narrow Body with Nigel, member 6 months. Bloody hell, Ryan. Taking up the Harris. What the fuck? Thank you.
Hmm.
All right. I think we're caught up on Rumble, and we're also caught up over on Locals. Guys, we appreciate you being here. We've been going an hour. Exactly an hour.
Hell yeah.
Exactly an hour. So what do you got going on this weekend?
I'll be doing some Red Dead 2 streams. So tonight after FNT, I'll be playing more Red Dead Redemption 2, and we'll see what we got going on the rest of the weekend. It's playoffs, baby. It's wild card weekend for the NFL. So games on Saturday, games on Sunday. So looking forward
Monday,
to that.
I think.
And a Monday game. Okay.
Yeah. And we got the Ohio State game tonight, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. So it's crowded. It's crowded.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Nuggets. You should remind me of that Buddy Team movie, Brokeback Mountain. Thank you. Yes, that famous buddy cop movie, Golden Nuggets. All right, guys. That is. Oh, Rabbit One says, wait.
Just trolling. Just end it.
Wait. You got 10 seconds, Rabbit One. So I don't know. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold.